there's actually 5 options. So new BTO will cost about the same or less. Better location, a newer house for cheaper price. EC right now is selling similar price to resale property. So you are again getting a newer house. Hi everyone. Today I just want to tell a story. It's a very typical case study that of my good friend. So recently she has achieved her MOP. So like all of us, she bought a 3-bedroom BTO. She was pleasantly surprised that actually her BTO now after MOP can transact to the latest transaction is 700k. So I feel that the reason why I want to share this is because it's applicable to a lot of us. So upon knowing that your PTO can sell for quite a good profit, uh, the question that we discuss is what should you do? So in my opinion, there's actually 5 options. So yeah, depending on your circumstances, I'm sure one of them will fit the case. So the first option is actually to sell one HDB and upgrade to private. Next is that you can sell the HDB to upsize to and buy a resale HDB or possibly downsize and consider other options. So for option 3, you can keep the HDB and try for BTO. And the number 4 option is to keep the HDB and buy EC and sell when the EC is ready. And the number 5 option is to stay put. So I feel that I think our life is actually uh, quite short. So I think it's always a good time to always think about what's your next step. So for the first option, right, is to sell the HDB and upgrade to private. So as the HDB is fully paid down, so if you have worked for maybe 10 to 15 years after getting your PTO, I think quite a lot of us is very close to paying off the initial sum. It could be like 250k, 350k, maybe 10 years ago. So you can upgrade to private. So in the same area, to keep things simple, to upgrade to a private XEC in the same area, it will cost about 1.2 million to 1.3 million of the same square footage. That means about 1,000 square feet. So 700k minus 1.3 million minus 700k. So net it will be a balance of another 600k. So with that, with another 500,000 loan, I think she can easily afford, depending on how much of a pay she want to put inside. Yeah. So this route is actually quite straightforward. So the pros is that when you upgrade to a private condo, you actually increase your upgrading to a higher asset class. So as more and more Singaporeans aspire to stay in a private housing, so this will help you to preserve your wealth, and at the end of the day when you retire in a private condo setting versus the fully paid HDB. So yeah, definitely the value should preserve better. Yeah. And also in the recent statistics also show us that private condo, more and more Singaporeans are staying in private condo. So from 18% right now to currently about 22%. So demand is there for private. Yeah. Okay. However, the downside is that you have to commit to another loan. So that loan, let's say they take a 500,000 loan, 1 month installment can be depending on interest rate. So in the average situation, you can expect like 1,500 to 3,000 depending on the interest. So it's not too high or not too low. So as long as you're comfortable with that amount, I think this is a very very worthwhile options to consider. So next option it will be to really sell your HDB and upgrade the HDB. So it could be to a better location. As the family is growing, maybe you want to upgrade to a 5 room flat, EA, EM. Yeah. So for this is another okay option as well. However, it depends on whether how old is the main factor is depends on how old your HDB is. So let's say it's still relatively new because just MOP. I feel that there might be some further room for increase, and if you upgrade to really a more central location, but the age of the HDB is much older, you have to look at whether is that your last home. So if that's your last home, it can last you to 95, 100 years old. It's still an relatively good option, but I would advise against that and really look for maybe homes of the same age or newer, but bigger to suit your family needs. So yeah, so this is the pros and cons of upgrading, upsizing to another resale HDB. Yeah. So the third option to keep HDB and buy BTO is actually quite good if you are lucky. So because as a second timer, you get much lesser chances to try for the BTO actually. Because as second timer, you have less ballot chances, and launches don't come every day in the location you want. So there's no new launch near the flat that we are the current flat that we are talking about. So I guess yeah, but the benefit is that let's say she sell for 700,000, the new BTO will cost about the same or less. So in fact she's getting a better location, a newer house for a cheaper price. Of course there's resale levy and all that, but I feel that that is still quite a good option if you can get it. So yeah, no harm to do the HFE now and then proceed on to try for BTO. Okay. So the fourth option to keep the HDB and buy an EC is also viable. So of course EC right now is selling similar price to resale property. So you are again getting a newer house at a price that of the older house. So resale levy is also applicable here, and this can be a good option if you are very cash rich. So one way is that you can keep your HDB, then apply for ABSD remission when you collect the keys. And in addition, you also need some extra monies to put down to secure the EC. So it's not an easy move without selling your HDB, but certainly if you are very cash rich, I think this is risk reward wise, this is one of the better options. It's because it has a much higher chances of securing an EC than securing a new BTO. However, so the transition is tough. So let's say she sell now and buy the EC, so that she have the cash to pay for the EC down payment. That is also possible as well. So, but you need to have a place to transit, and during these 3-4 years of waiting for the EC to be fully built, you might need to think of alternative housing such as renting and all that. So it might be tough if you are moving the whole family. So for the last option is actually to stay put. So staying put I think requires the least effort. But to be frank, I can't think of any benefits. Yeah. So if you have any benefit, if you have any thoughts on any benefits about staying put, yeah, please share with me, and I'll be happy to hear them. So of course, I think this option will be suitable if you are in some financial difficulty. Yeah, so yeah, okay, so I think that's my thoughts for today. Yeah, I hope you learn something, and yeah, just let me know if you have any needs, and my contact details are below. Bye bye.